United prioritise Sancho deal, Barcelona to punish Arthur, Spurs closing on Højbjerg, there's a Champions League jersey up for grabs, a transfer roundup, and this week's great debate all coming up in the next few minutes, as I am your host Matt Frolick, you're the One Footballers, and this is the Daily News. Yeah, that's right, it's going to be a pretty packed show, and it may be a pretty packed summer for Manchester United as well. Apparently in the last day or so they have decided to completely and utterly prioritise the signing of Jadon Sancho. Now earlier in the week it looks like a bid had been rejected of around £95 million because, well, Dortmund are holding out for around £109 million. That equates to the €120 million amount that they want. But the problem is for Manchester United that if they go and spend this money, they're not really going to have too much to buy anybody else. I mean, the fact that they're trying to get Sancho's deal down by just a little bit of money shows that they maybe are counting the pennies this summer. So if they do go and spend, they can kiss goodbye to Jack Grealish. The problem with his move from Aston Villa is that Manchester United and a few other clubs who were interested in the Villa captain were kind of hoping that Aston Villa would be relegated so that they could get Jack Grealish for a cheaper deal. That, of course, did not happen, down to the man himself. A point on the last day means that Aston Villa finished 17th and will be in the Premier League next season, so they can probably charge a little bit more for their captain. So, should Manchester United say goodbye to Grealish, he goes elsewhere, then they don't get Jadon Sancho, their backup plan is apparently Kingsley Coman. Now, the Bayern Munich attacking midfielder, when he's fit and firing, is an absolute delight to watch. Bags of pace, bags of skill, puts in a great final ball, but it's just whether or not he can stay injury free. The thing is, he doesn't particularly want to leave Bayern Munich, but on top of this, they have just signed Leroy Sané, and with him and Serge Gnabry looking like the number one wide players, he wants to be guaranteed first team football. I think Manchester United is probably not going to happen because honestly, I really think they'll end up signing Jadon Sancho. So next up, Barcelona have opened a disciplinary investigation into their own midfielder Artur Melo after he refused to return to training. Apparently, the Brazilian midfielder wants to terminate his contract 1 month before his move to Juventus is complete, and he didn't show up for the corona testing, he didn't show up for training, and apparently he's going to go to his homeland Brazil and not come back to Barcelona. Now, of course, the club are pretty annoyed at this. Yes, they do have a Champions League campaign coming up, and yes, they have already agreed to sell him to Juventus in return for Pjanic and a little bit of money, but still, they're going to want to see some decency from a player. Now, from both sides, it looks a bit stupid. First off, the Barca board don't want the mick taken out of them. They don't want to be held ransom by a player and look like they don't have control over their squad and over potential players, even if they're going out of the team. And secondly, from Arthur's point of view, it makes him look a little bit stupid. Yeah, his deal's already been agreed, but he's got to have a bit of professionalism and class, and even though he owes nothing to Barcelona now that the deal is done, are Juventus going to look at him and be like, is this the kind of character we want in our squad? 2 years' time, let's say Arthur wants to leave Juve. He agrees to go somewhere else and then he just downs tools and leaves to Brazil and doesn't come back. It's not exactly the professional look that Arthur should be selling to his new club, his old club, or anybody else in the world of football. But moving on and talking to a midfielder who actually has done that and effectively down tools, it's Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Now, the Saints captain, Southampton that is close to agreeing a deal to Spurs, as Jose Mourinho has been interested in the midfielder for the last 6 or 7 months. Apparently there are a few late bids that happened in the January transfer window, but Spurs just couldn't push the deal over the line. Now, the only problem is there's a bit of disparity between the price that Tottenham are willing to pay and the price that Southampton want. So they want around £25 million for the midfielder, who was actually stripped of the captaincy and it was handed to James Ward-Prowse. Tottenham are offering 15 in true Daniel Levy style, but the one bargaining chip they have is that they're offering Kyle Walker-Peters as well. The fullback doesn't look to have too much of a promising future at Spurs and has actually spent the rest of the season on loan at Southampton. They're obviously quite pleased with him to the point they want to keep him permanently, so 50 million plus the defender, who probably is worth around 10, makes up the 25 million. If Southampton don't want to do this deal, then Everton are also interested as well and apparently have offered 19 million, but the problem is that the player himself, Højbjerg, wants to join Tottenham. So next up, and OneFootball have teamed up with Gazprom, the official partners of the Champions League, to give you guys the chance to win a Champions League jersey from any of the teams still in this year's Champions League competition. All you have to do is click the link in the description below to take you to the Jersey Mania competition. There, you fill out your details, answer a question, and then let them know which jersey you'd love to win from the remaining teams. You've got until the 3rd of August to do so, and the raffle will finish at 2 o'clock Central European time. Good luck. So next up, in a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfer news, where Jules Koundé, the 21-year-old Sevilla defender, is apparently on the radar of Real Madrid. West Ham are stepping up their interest in QPR's attacking player Eberechi Eze, who will cost around £20 million. Leeds United are looking at Spurs defender Juan Foyth for around £15 million. And lastly but not least, outgoing Manchester City captain David Silva is apparently in talks to sign with Lazio. So lastly but not least, we come to this week's great debate. I'm posing you guys a question this week, and you can let me know your answer in the comments section down below. The great debate this week is: this summer, who will be the best bargain signing? Anyone who's talking about deals over 50, 60 million, that's not a bargain, even if they're a great player. I'm talking about the cheaper deals, the really good ones. I mean, Nathan Ake could go for a pretty good price. There's the free deals of Jan Vertonghen and Willian, but for me, I think the best deal will be found in Serie A. Well, technically Serie B now. Brescia have been relegated from Serie A, and their midfielder Sandro Tonali is definitely one to keep an eye on. Inter Milan and AC Milan have both been linked with the player dubbed the new Pirlo, and I think he's going to be available for between 20 to 25 million euros. That is an absolute steal for a midfielder who looks like he has it all. So there you have it. There is this week's great debate. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and your thoughts on the rest of today's daily news. Whilst you're at it, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.